that stupid button. Hello. I was going through saying hi to everybody. I hate this thing. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I wish Rumble Premium would wake up. KLM79 says, good evening, all. Carol Burton, hello. Jay keeps asking, Trina, Nola, Sugar Bear, Howard, Cindy, Darlene. Let's see who else is in here. Matt, First Amendment Media. Happy birthday, Matt. Matt is, man. I asked Matt yesterday, hey, what can I get you for your birthday? And he gave me a list, guys. If you guys want to pitch in, it was Depends, prune juice, some other stuff I haven't been gay. I don't know, but Matt, happy birthday there, brother. Your present, one present will be at your house on Friday, and the other present will be at your house on Saturday. I'll tell you what, I was looking for Matt something over the weekend, and I was like, okay, I'm not even lying. You would think Matt lived in the boonies. I'm going to tell you a little story. And Geritol, Saint Fan, that was on the list too, but I'm a poor white man. I couldn't afford the Geritol too. And so I'm looking at some stuff online, and I show Rachel, I was like, I'll get it ordered tomorrow. It said, I take that out. It said that I could have delivery between 4 to 8 in the morning. And I was like, oh, we'll order it Monday. So I'm switching some things up yesterday. Sorry. Let me take a drink. So I go to order it, and it says delivery the 9th. No, the 6th. And I'm like, it just said it'd be delivered the next day. So I go and look. There is like hardly any delivery through Amazon that's quick. I'm not lying. If I spend over $25 on Amazon, I absolutely love it, because a lot of stuff we use for our equipment and things like this, things I travel with, I'll notice something broke on the flight home and I didn't notice it, and I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm packing today, and I'll put an order in. If it's a battery pack or whatever, $39. It'll arrive before 8 a.m. Over there in snow-ridden Indiana, they like have nothing over there. It was just crazy. So you will receive your little gift on Friday's one piece, and then for some reason the next day you're going to get some other stuff. So I wasn't sure what flavor of the prune juice. They had a couple different ones. They had some with some peptides and some other stuff to help you out, Matt. And he did also ask for an Old Guys Rule shirt, and we didn't get him that yet. So happy birthday, Matt. Hope you're having a good day. I'll post something here in a little while. I meant to post something earlier. I got a little video here. And this hasn't been posted yet. Matt will like it. But let's get into it. We got Trump announcement coming up. His announcement that he did, at noon today after his cabinet meeting. We got a whole lot of other stuff, and welcome everybody to chat. Deal with my hiccups for a second. It's because that damn Zen. Got to remember not to do that. Karen jumped it, shared it to three places. Thank you, Karen. Let's get to the beginning. This is great news. We're going to start off with something epic.
Program. President, everyone is Brooke Rollins. This
Brooke
week,
Rollins.
we are seeing real.
We know we want to clean up the waste, abuse, and fraud. Trump said some of that stuff today, especially with foreigners, and it was epic. But take a listen here. Oh, come on.
Brooke Rollins. This week, we are seeing real action to restore fairness, accountability, and common sense to our food assistance programs. President Trump's vision to restore common sense reforms to SNAP, or food stamps, is moving to its implementation phase. The One Big Beautiful Bill enacted revised work requirements for able-bodied adults between 18 and 64 who receive SNAP, meaning they will be required to work, to volunteer, to train, or even to study at least 80 hours a month to qualify for benefits as a floor. That's 20 hours a week and 4 hours every work day. This is about restoring dignity and responsibility. We're ending a system where some were taking advantage while honest, hardworking Americans foot the bill. As I have pointed out, the data shows clear misuse, deceased individuals still receiving checks, people collecting benefits in multiple states, and so much more. This is unacceptable. And while we're talking about that, to the 21 states who have yet to send us their data, what is it that you are hiding?
Yes.
Let's partner together to defend the taxpayer and make sure that those who are most vulnerable among us are receiving the benefits. There is dignity in work. There is dignity in service to your community. There is dignity in career and technical education. Also, all USDA programs, including SNAP, are continuing to be under significant review to kick off any illegal immigrants receiving federal benefits. That means no more freebies for lawbreakers. Benefits will be preserved for citizens who follow the rules. We believe in helping Americans who play by the rules. We believe that if you are able-bodied, you should work or contribute to receive taxpayer-funded help. But we also believe that there are vulnerable Americans who need this supplemental nutrition assistance benefit for a short term to help them get back on their feet. That's only fair, and that is right. It's time we restore accountability, protect hardworking taxpayers, and make sure aid goes to American citizens, not to those who are illegally gaming the system. If you're tired of a welfare system that's been exploited for too long, this reform is one of many that will promote work, reduce dependence, and make certain SNAP support those truly in need: children, the disabled, and the elderly. Thank you.
Epic, epic. That is exactly what it was intended for. We know that there was a spike of 40% increase on SNAP recipients, welfare recipients during the Biden administration. We know that a lot of money that went to people who refused to work or people that came into this country illegally. 80 hours per month of work or volunteer requirement for able-bodied adults ages, what, like 19 to 64. They keep saying, I see the Democrats already lying about this like they did when they initially talked about this, saying, oh, we have senior citizens they're going to take food away from. Has nothing to do with them. That's a whole nother issue that we've been dealing with for years. And I've always said those that are living on Social Security that have put in their time, they need a true cost of living increase, not 3%. They need to be able to, if they worked, I'm just going to use an example, 40 years and always did the right thing, paid their taxes, paid into it, they deserve to have I'm going to use Bernie Sanders' word, a livable wage. A lot of people cannot afford anything, and I get it. It's also our responsibility to save a little, right? To have a retirement. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't do that. But we got to do something to help those out. 21 states that refuse to give over their data, like California. I wonder why. Like California, will have their funding cut temporarily. Disabled and elderly American victims will remain protected and a priority. And that's what we need to do. We don't need to prioritize the woman who has 6 kids, popping out the 7th kid on the way, never worked a day in her life. I told you guys I have a cousin like that, just absolute trash, and continued to have kids because it was going to provide more and more money. You would be amazed. You'd be amazed how many there is like that right now. But just epic stuff. I heard this today. There was a hearing, and I want you to listen to it. Justice Thomas, this was a Supreme Court hearing. I think you'll find it interesting. It had to do about New Jersey's Attorney General admit that the state issued a subpoena for a pro-life pregnancy center's donors without receiving a single complaint about the organization. Remember when we talked about how conservatives were being targeted? I want you to listen to this because this is huge. Take a listen right here. It's only 2.5 minutes, but good on Justice Thomas for clarifying this and exposing
We had no
what's
complaints,
going on.
but
This is a hearing on a case on New Jersey's investigation into faith-based pregnancy centers. Again, they want to fund Planned Parenthood. They say Planned Parenthood because, you know, they murder babies and do everything else, but they don't want a faith-based one. A faith-based one, you go in there, you don't want your child. They're like, here, let us help you out. Let us give you the nutrition you need. You can adopt. You can put your baby up for adoption. You don't need to murder this child. So obviously, those places are the ones that are attacked by these leftist states. Take a listen to this.
Did you have complaints that formed the basis of your concern about the fundraising activities here?
we certainly had complaints about crisis pregnancy centers that petition.
No, about this crisis pregnancy center.
So I think we've been clear from the outset that we haven't had complaints about this specific.
So you had no basis to think that they were deceiving any of their contributors?
I don't think that's correct, Your Honor. I think we had carefully canvassed all of the public information that is provided on the website of First Choice in making a determination that we wanted to initiate an investigation.
But you had no factual basis?
I don't think that's true, Your Honor. I think, for example, you could take a look at a comparison between the donation page for First Choice that we have carved out from the very beginning.
So you had no complainants?
We had no complaints, but the state governments, federal government, initiate investigations all the time in the absence of complaints where they have a reason to suspect that there could be potential issues of legal compliance. And look, it could be the case based on our investigation, when we look at documents, when we look at information, that ultimately will determine that First Choice isn't liable for any violation
well,
of the law.
that just seemed to be a burdensome way to find out whether someone has a confusing website. But you said earlier that you did not agree with their characterization of why they were being put to this. And it would seem that the obvious way to refute that was to say we had 100 complaints. But you say you have no complaints, but rather you looked at the website and their materials and you think it could have been misleading. So why is your characterization any better than theirs?
So, Your Honor, I'd point you to the Turner Declaration, which is at pages 400 to 401 of the Joint Appendix, which lays out the predicate for the state's investigation of First Choice. And we had concerns in 4 buckets. We had concerns about potentially misleading donors. We had concerns about the unlicensed practice of medicine. We had concerns about patient privacy practices. And we had concerns about potentially misleading or untrue medical statements. So I think we had a more than ample basis to initiate this investigation.
But you had no complainants.
We had no complaints, but I think that, Your Honor, that goes at most to the merits. That doesn't go to the standing analysis.
Man, that's pretty crazy. Once again, we remember during the Obama administration, it was the IRS targeting conservatives, and it never stopped. Even under Trump's administration, you had the deep state, the bad actors who were continuing to do this under the darkness. And here, you literally have the chief counsel to the New Jersey Attorney General going after pro-life pregnancy centers for no reason, no evidence, no complaints, but they just went after him. Again, it's the Biden regime. Remember, you give me a person, I'll give you a crime. That is absolutely insane.
Did you have complaints that formed the basis of your concern about?
I was taking care of something to see if. Let's see. I'll have to find that here. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, I have forgot to load something earlier, so I'm gonna do it now. Let me pull this up. This was Matt's birthday. Man, people are making videos for Matt all over the place, and I seen this one right here. This was one of his birthday videos.
Happy birthday, Matt. I'm going to miss you while I'm in prison.
Dang, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt. I'm going to miss you while I'm in prison.
Man, that's crazy. Prison boy's gonna miss you, Matt. Prison boy's gonna miss you. Ooh, Matt has a strange cast of characters that he unlocks and he hangs out with. That would be one of them. So, man, you're getting birthday wishes from everybody, Matt. How about this breaking? Speaking of Matt, the Indiana House Committee in charge of redistricting has unanimously approved the state's new U.S. House maps, which would give Republicans new seats in Congress, full House and Senate votes coming soon. This will hurt Gavin Newsom's feeling. I hope people in Indiana are reaching out to their House and their Senate and saying, I want a yes vote on this redistricting. Remember, we had one come out last week that said because Trump used the word retard, he was going to screw over the people of the country and the people of Indiana for his selfish, petty games. It's just crazy. And let me see if I can find this one from yesterday. This was also another blow to Gavin Newsom. I think it came out yesterday. They're suing on this. Let's see. This one was Governor Ron DeSantis said on Monday that he plans to call for a special legislative session early next year to redraw the state's congressional map. So let me show you some of the news articles on that. Now Florida's involved. Florida is one of several states looking to potentially redraw its congressional district for partisan advantage ahead of next year's election. There's already lawsuits since yesterday, I believe, that I don't think they've been filed yet. But it says, see if there's another one. Plaintiffs. That's about. DeSantis confirms he will convene special legislative session. Wouldn't it be great if they just wiped out Prop 50 altogether? You know, Gavin Newsom, I'm in California. I think Prop 50 was a joke. Texas is fixing theirs, appealing theirs. But if you have Florida also do it, man, Florida's a great place to live from what I understand. I've been there a few times. I wouldn't want to live. I don't like humidity. I don't like hurricanes, but man, I want to live in a bright red area someday. How about this? This was posted by Amuse. I got it right before I went live, so I haven't got to check anything out too much, but it states this, talking about California and Gavin Newsom. California now wants a retroactive billionaire tax. Leave the state and they'll tax last year's wealth anyways. Says the exodus is real. The desperation is worse. With 220 billionaires left in the state and many reportedly preparing to bolt, California Democrats unveiled a retroactive billionaire tax targeting 2025 residency. The 5% levy applies even if the individual has already relocated, turning temporary fiscal policy into a weapon against those who stayed too long. While courts have sometimes upheld narrow retroactive taxes, justices from Scalia to O'Connor have warned against exactly this kind of bait and switch confiscation. As California's population and revenue base shrink, the state appears willing to gamble on the constitutionality dubious wealth grab to plug the holes. We know we do have people leaving California. I love when Gavin knows we're the fourth largest economy. None of that was done by you. Since you got in, Gavin, things have just declined. But a lot of people do love to live in California. We are the tech hub of the world. That wasn't because of you, Gavin. That was because people chose that Bay Area, San Jose, Apple, all these different companies that are based here, Facebook, are based in California. That they're not here. They're actually moving some of their stuff out of California because of what you're doing. Just absolutely nasty. 25-year-old, I just seen this from FBI. I thought I would run this across to you as well. 25-year-old Delaware man charged after machine gun and manifesto are found. According to court documents, on November 24th, Newcastle County Police Department officer initiated a traffic stop on Laquan Khan of Wilmington. During this stop, Khan resisted arrest and was taken into custody. Within his vehicles, officers discovered a firearm, ammunition, and a composition notebook. In the handwritten notebook, Khan discussed additional weapons and firearms, how they could be used in an attack, and how law enforcement detection could be avoided once the attack was carried out. That's crazy. I wonder what would have happened if he would have just didn't resist. Like, oh, okay, you got me now. But he resisted, so they searched his vehicle and found all that. Way to go. These people hate what this country stands for. Rapid Response posted a Trump tweet about 30 minutes ago. And again, something else we've talked about and Trump is really big on. Any and all documents, proclamations, executive orders, memorandums, or contracts signed by order of the now infamous and unauthorized autopin within the administration of Joseph R. Biden Jr. are hereby null, void, and no further in force or effect. Anyone receiving pardons, commutations, or any other legal document so signed, please be advised that said document has been fully and completely terminated and is of no legal effect. Thank you to your attention to this matter. Gangster. Fauci, Milley, General Milley, who went behind his back, treasonous, working with China, telling China that if Trump planned any attack, he would let them know. Sounds like and Democrats praised him for that. Think about that. Just crazy. You also got the J6 Sham Committee. You got all those folks on there. I want to see justice done. Check this out. We've covered some of the highlights today from Trump's cabinet meeting. And again, we also covered the fake news article that came out last week that Trump's doing less in his days and he seems tired and exhausted and all this other stuff. The same media that was telling you Biden was sharp as a tack, that he was at the top of his game and any speculation otherwise was just propaganda. I think you remember that. Check this out. Listen to this. This is hilarious.
President Trump today, once again, defending his health and stamina in the wake of a New York Times report that was published last week that detailed the president's allegedly reduced schedule and apparent signs of aging, reporting that the president has previously decried as wrong and purposefully negative. Those comments coming shortly before CNN's White House team today noticed several instances where the president appeared to doze off during that lengthy cabinet meeting. You can see him here, slouched in his chair, his eyes are closed. He sort of abruptly shifts, straightens up. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, later told CNN this, quote, President Trump was listening attentively and running the entire 3-hour marathon cabinet meeting. In all of these historic meetings, the president and his incredible team highlight the exhaustive list of accomplishments they've delivered on behalf of the American people to make America great again. My panel is back. Jamie Gangel, this obviously, I mean, the health of any president is always something that can become the immediate forefront. Obviously, with President Biden, he faced all the questions that he did, especially in the wake of that.
All the questions that he did, they were championing him as an Olympic athlete until they pulled a coup on him. He was literally, the American people voted for him to be the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party. And when they could no longer hide their lies, they pulled a coup.
CNN debate. Obviously, we have the White House there saying the president was listening attentively, but, you know, it doesn't, if you compare clips of him, you know, when he first ran for this job to today, he's older, and this is a job that ages you faster than other jobs.
No question. Look, I'm going to channel one of our contributors, Dr. Jonathan Reiner.
So that was some of it. But then, as always on CNN, Scott Jennings totally blast them once again. Take a listen to this.
He attacked Katie Rogers of the New York Times for the article.
Again in 26.
I would just say he's very sensitive about it. There's no question. I mean,
he's sensitive about it. So they're putting out all these fake news articles, and now this is a strategy, a psychological warfare strategy, so that they can play this to the American people. That we're going to say all these lies about somebody, and then when he defends himself, we're going to say, wow, he's really sensitive about that. No, he's trying to get the truth out because your fake news and you lying and propping Biden up like, again, he was an Olympic athlete, a little different from now. Take a listen.
he attacked Katie Rogers of the New York Times for the article that she wrote. And the cabinet meeting, one of the reasons it went on so long today was he did a whole treatise on his health. And so he's clearly, you know.
Have you ever met a 79-year-old man that wasn't? I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
And he's constantly being pinged. He's constantly being attacked unfairly for having something. There's nothing wrong with this man. He's clearly fine, and he's up all hours of the night communicating with the American people, and yet he still has to face these ridiculous attacks.
Scott,
he might be sensitive too.
You may be right, but we certainly don't know it from his medical reports.
All right, we unfortunately have to leave it there. We'll be right back.
Oh, we have to leave it there. It's just absolutely insanity, CNN. You can't find this stuff. It's just hilarious. Now we're going to go into the announcement that Trump made today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Before we do, check this out. Made in America, 100% American made.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Made in America sale ever. We just put huge discounts on products made right here in the USA. My Pillow bed pillows, body pillows, go anywhere pillows, bolster pillows, all made with my patented adjustable fill. Mattresses, mattress toppers, mattress pads, adjustable bed frames, mattress foundations, and so much more. All made right here in the USA. And now we're expanding our USA products beyond just quality sleep. Like the cross I wear every day, now available in both men's and women's. We even have USA-made socks. And are you tired of being tired? Try our new health beverage, Rev 7. Or how about my coffee? The greatest coffee ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get deep discounts on all these products. Plus, for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
That's right, folks. Absolutely free. Head over to mypillow.com. Now let's pull this up right here. A generous gift. Today is Giving Tuesday. And Trump, let me get this to the right spot. 5. Got some generous gifts from Dell. Take a listen. Let me clear this off the screen and go.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And we're thrilled to be joined by one of the most successful business leaders and people anywhere in the country, whether it's technology, no matter what business you're talking about, there's really nobody quite like him. He's chairman and CEO of Dell Technologies. Make great everything, great computers, great everything. Michael Dell, very much of a legend, who's here with his really exciting announcement. It's so amazing, and much more importantly, he's here with his wonderful wife, Susan, and they have a special relationship. I think I can say that, really. It's very nice. I don't see too much of it. I see the opposite, but I don't see too much. I have two special people, and I've seen that. I've known that for a long time, and I think it's a tremendous thing. Also, the CEO of Altamir Capital, Brad Gerstner. Where are you, Brad? Brad Gerstner is a terrific fellow who's very much involved in this incredible thing that we're doing today, along with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, Treasury Secretary Scott Besson, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Commerce and Science and Transportation, Ted Cruz, House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, Vice Chairman of the House Republican Conference, Blake Moore, as well as the Chief Design Officer of the United States Airbnb co-founder, Joe Gebbia. I want to thank you all for being here. It's a great group. And I guess a potential Fed chair is here too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin. Today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before, but it is indeed Giving Tuesday, one of the biggest days of the year for philanthropy and charitable giving. And this afternoon, Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest private donations in American history, which will directly benefit the next generation of American children through the new Trump Accounts program that we created in our One Big Beautiful Bill. And Michael and Susan came to see me along with Brad, and they said, this is an idea. And I said, I think, it sounded just so good and so unique. But that's why he's been so successful, and they've been so successful in life and in business, because they're unique. Trump Accounts will be the first, I guess you could say, real trust funds for every American child, allowing family members, employers, corporations, generous donors to contribute money that will be invested and grow over the course of a child's life to be used for their benefit after they turn 18. So in other words, these are children that are an investment's going to be made. That investment's going to continue to grow, we hope, right? We hope. And, but it will. And they'll feel like Michael Dell someday. But at 18, they'll have a lot of money, a lot more money than they would have had, and potentially a lot of money. But these accounts will track the overall stock market and will be 100% private property controlled by the child's guardians. In honor of America's 250th anniversary, the Dells are announcing today that they are giving 25 million American children $250 each to save and to invest in their personal Trump account. Now, that's the equivalent of $6.25 billion. In other words, to put it succinctly, Michael and Susan are giving $6.25 billion in total. And as a total contribution, that's big stuff. I don't care who you are. That's big. Come here, give me a hand. Let me have a little of that luck rub off. That's fantastic, Susan. These gifts will be available to the first 25 million children aged 10 and under the zip codes where their median income is $150,000 or less. So they're giving them to children that won't be born particularly rich, and they're going to be hopefully very rich someday. This will give millions of dollars, millions of children, middle-class families a stake in American prosperity, a benefit from the rising stock market, and a better shot at the American dream. It really gives them a shot at the American dream. Michael and Susan, I want to thank you for this extraordinary act of kindness and patriotism and charity. This is truly one of the most generous acts in the history of our country. I mean, you just don't.
It really is when you think about it. Think about this for a second. It's not going to refugees like Bill Gates' wife and Bill Gates have done. It's going to actual American citizens, the children, to give them a leg up.
You don't hear about things like that. And we got to let people know he doesn't want and she doesn't care about that. But I do. I think when somebody does that, you got to let them know about it. As I mentioned, this gift is being made possible by the largest tax cuts in American history, which our Republican majorities passed earlier this year. And the Speaker worked so hard, and John Thune and Jason and all of them, every one of them. Ted Cruz is with us. He worked so hard getting that done. That was the biggest, most consequential bill they say ever passed. And you know, if they remember, Michael, they thought we had to put that in 12 to 14 bills. I said, I don't know if we can hold it that long with the Democrats. And we said, let's try doing it once. So we did. And people were surprised, but we got it done. So I congratulate you guys. Amazing job. Under that bill, the federal government will also automatically be making a one-time seed contribution of $1,000 into the tax-deferred Trump accounts for every newborn U.S. citizen, fulfilling a promise I made in the 2024 campaign. Trump accounts should grow to be worth many thousands of dollars by the time the child is 18 and even more by the time they are 20 or even 30 years old. We think it's going to be something really unique and really special. We hope many others will follow Michael and Susan's example and make their own contributions. I'll be doing it too, to the next generation, including businesses, churches, philanthropists, family members, and parents themselves. I think we're going to have a lot of people, Susan. I think a lot of people are going to be contribute. A lot of people are watching us right now. They might not be $6 billion plus, but there'll be a lot. There aren't too many people that are in the 6 billion range, but there'll be a lot. A lot of friends of mine have already told me they're going to contribute a lot of money, and a lot of them are going to leave a lot of money in their wills. So that's very important. And as you watch us today, I hope you'll be doing that. Contributions to Trump accounts will also be a great benefit for employers to offer their workers, which they'll be able to do tax-free. It's tax-free.
That is absolutely epic. And just to give you an idea, again, this is great because with the change of the new big beautiful bill, you're not getting hammered and paying taxes on some of this. This is pre-tax. After it started out, I want you to listen to two quick clips we have here. Take a listen to this.
Sense of where this goes from 0 to 2.25 million over the course of 60 years. That's a pretty nice nest egg for retirement if people continue to put into it. Your thoughts on this account?
Well, you know, on Fox Business, we talk all the time about the importance of time in the market. Start saving early. Teach kids why investing is so important.
That's right. I mean, now obviously this is somebody who just always contributes to it starting out, and you don't go to college, you have a decent job, whatever, and you keep that money there. A lot of people at potential amount at age 18 is almost $200,000. The way college is going, because of your tax dollars, are the reason why college is so expensive. If we just didn't give loans out for everything, they wouldn't be charging so much. College is very similar to healthcare. Government gets involved, prices go up. And then there was this other one right here. Take a listen to this.
Going to put on.
Yep. This is how these accounts will.
It'll tell you right now more of the information you might be wondering.
This is how these accounts will work, and how others, as we've been saying, can get involved in them. The parents can contribute up to $5,000 annually. Mm-hmm. Employers can contribute up to $2,500. And this is just one point I want to make here that I know you would want us to highlight. This is pre-tax income. Okay,
the vehicle matters here.
So this lowers. You and your spouse make a certain amount of money.
So who's eligible? U.S. citizens born between January 1st, 2025 through 2028. Again, this is kind of like a pilot program. They must have a social security number. And again, this donation and with other donations, there will be $1,000 put in there, and you can. I'll tell you right now, I worked for an employee-owned company, my last job, and they did a lot of things to pull people away from other employers. Again, I didn't just sit at my last job and picket for more money. I found a better job when I went there, and there was a lot of benefits. I can guarantee they're already looking at. A lot of companies are like, hey, we want to get young people in here that are starting a family. We want people to last a long time for the company. It's cool that employers can do the $2,500 per year. Parents can do up to $5,000. That lowers your tax burden. So that will be huge. That will be huge. So that was the announcement made today. We also talked about there's been a lot. Let me make sure this is it. I think this is in the wrong spot. Let me find out. It is. Let me pull this up and put it back over here. It's a good one, so you guys will like it, but it'll be for later in the show. All right, move on to the next one. Check this out. Just outside the courtroom, Judge Janine Pirro on the Afghani ambusher, the terrorist that killed one and seriously wounded another National Guards member. Listen to this.
Federal partners, the investigative partners who work with us to say thank you.
Pull this up on the screen for you.
Thank you. I do that with every judge, federal judges, superior court judges. You can bring a transcriber with us. I don't do anything more than that.
Judge, the president has said he wants to reinstate the death penalty in D.C. There's some debate about the legality of that, but is that something your office is considering in this case? There have been conversations about seeking it.
Look, that is a very weighty decision. That is a decision that comes later in time, and that is one that ultimately the Attorney General will make. My job and the job of my office and the great federal partners, the investigative partners who work around the clock, and I wish you could see these people. They don't sleep. They work around the clock investigating this case. Our job is to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt and make sure that we have all of the evidence that is out there so that we can charge whatever crimes are appropriate in this case. Thank you. We are pursuing everything. There is nothing off the table right now. This is an individual about whom we don't know a lot, but we will. Trust me before it's over. Thank you.
Kind of interesting. That comes just after Trump's cabinet meeting where he went full blown. These people come from trashy areas. They bring their trash into this country. We don't want them. We don't need them. We're pausing asylum. We're taking away the asylum from those people that came over illegally, that Joe Biden illegally paroled. We're going to do it all. It was also, we're going to get into what's going on in Minnesota. This is per the Associated Press. The Trump administration is now preparing a major immigration operation in Minnesota that would primarily focus on Somalians. It's finally happening, long overdue. And check this out. It didn't take long. I told you guys I would be playing or be telling you what some of the folks were saying. And of course, Scott Wiener, not a winner, but a wiener. The 2025 version of Haitians eating cats and dogs. He says, when your numbers are in the toilet because of your policies are making people's lives worse and more expensive, and when your coalition is unraveling, stupid shit can come out your mouth. Or in Trump's case, straight up racist shit is what he says. This is what I voted for right here. I'm done with foreigners destroying this country.
I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point.
Yep.
We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These are.
He's not saying anything we haven't said before. We've talked about being at a tipping point. When I was at the border, I said if Trump doesn't get elected and do mass deportations, we will never be the United States of America. We will be Venezuela 2.0. We will be Somalia. These people don't want to assimilate to Western culture. They want to live off you, the taxpayer. Enough is enough. So check out this press conference that happened. You're not going to believe it. Over in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But before we get to that, listen to the jihadist herself, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. This was from Laura Loomer. Take a listen to what she's what's said after she's asked about Trump's comments.
Congresswoman, do you agree with President Trump's assumption that you married your brother to get citizenship? Have you begun packing your bags for Somalia yet, Congresswoman Omar?
Not going anywhere.
So you're not?
No, don't waste your energy on me.
Do you have a message for President Trump?
I will be here probably longer than Trump.
Wait, do you have a message for President Trump?
I'm like a quarter of his age.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say to him?
He's an old man losing his mind. I don't know why he's obsessed with me.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Congresswoman.
Yeah, I hope he gets help.
Thank you.
That's coming off of someone that's a little nervous. Now, I don't know if we can find a way to deport her. If we can, I'm all for it. Again, I don't think anybody who was not born in the United States should be able to run for Congress, Senate, any elected position. It's one of the things where we've made a mistake with our immigration laws. And then check this out. In Minnesota, Jacob Fry, you remember the one that was kneeling and crying at the gold casket of Fentanyl Floyd? It says they had a press conference today, and I want you to listen to what he says. Because they know Trump's coming. They know ICE is coming. And again, I think we voted for this. I know we voted for this.
My name is Jacob Fry. I'm the mayor of Minneapolis, and we are here to respond to a number of credible reports from several media outlets relaying that there are as many as 100 federal agents that will be deployed to the Twin Cities with a specific focus on targeting our Somali community. To our Somali community, we love you and we stand with you. That commitment is rock solid. Minneapolis is proud to be home to the largest Somali community in the entire country. They've been here for decades in many instances. They're entrepreneurs and fathers. They benefit both the culture and the economic resilience of our city. Targeting Somali people means that due process will be violated. Mistakes will be made. And let's be clear, it means that American citizens will be detained for no other reason than the fact that they look like they are Somali. Good afternoon.
So they're tripping out, but he goes a little further. I'm going to show you a tweet that DHS put out. You just got to love where we are. It says, calls enforcing the laws not American, then immediately starts incoherently babbling in a foreign language. It says, fails to see the irony. Take a listen to this. And we got more. We got the police chief, captain or chief, that is telling people, we're going to get into that next, telling people that if they see ICE to call the cops and they'll intervene. I want to see that officer arrested.
That's not American. That's not what we are about. And we're going to do right by every single person in our cities. And so, to our Somali community, Daman Shabka, Somaliyed Kunul, Minnesota, Garahan, Minneapolis, Waan, Kuji, Janilahai, Waan.
Hold on.
That's not American.
That's not American. Listen.
That's not American. Not what we are. That's not American. That's not American. That's not what we are about. And we're going to do right by every single person in our cities. And so, to our Somali community, Daman Shabka, Somaliyed Kunul, Minnesota, Garahan, Minneapolis, Waan, Kuji, Janilahai, Waan, Ku, Gereb, Taganahan. That's not American. That's not what we are about. And we're going to do right by.
You can't make this stuff up, guy. That's not American.
Every
oh, but there's
single
more.
person.
There's more, guys. This is a Minneapolis council member, a Somalian, attacks Trump as a racist and claimed that the Somali community will never stop fighting against him. I think they got another.
My name is Jamal Osman. I am the council member of Ward 6, someone who represents the largest East African community in Minneapolis. I am proud to say I'm a Somali American. This country welcomed me and my family 26 years ago. It has provided me a life that I did not have in Somalia. We came here and we are thankful to be here. I've been educated here, got the opportunity to serve my community, to be a council member. I know many families are fearful tonight. They are. But I want you to know that City of Minneapolis stand behind you as the leaders, both mayors and the chief and everyone that stand behind you are here to stand with you. Our community has lived through fear in the past. And we're not going to let us divide that. We're going to stay informed, we're going to stay safe, and we're going to support each other. We will continue to working our partners on the ground so residents know their rights. They know where to turn for help. And we know that Minneapolis will not abandon. One of the things I do want to say, and obviously everyone knows that our president is racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, and we are going to fight that. America has a history of fighting and stopping those kind of individuals who continue to divide people and divide communities. Many Somalis that live in this community are working at your groceries, working at your hospitals, delivering your babies, they're doctors. They are very successful individuals. Now,
Trump never said he was going to deport American citizens. Never once made mention of anybody who was here. He was talking about the people that are living off the taxpayers, the people that came here under Joe Biden and got illegal parole, people that were signed with an auto pin. These are the people they're going after. Yes, and Somalians that came over illegally, guess where they went? Minnesota.
I would like to switch into Somali to speak to my community. Assalamu alaikum. Walaalayaal, waxaan la hadlayaa community-ga magaalada Minneapolis. Anigoo ah Jamaal Cusmaan. Waxaan inii sheegayaa City Minneapolis garabkiina ay taagan tahay. Community-geena target ayaa lagu yahay. Qolyahan dalka soo galaya oo la sheegay.
You know, I think people are sick and tired of these people. If you're so proud of the country that gave you your education and your opportunity, wouldn't you pledge allegiance to that country? Not a foreign country or the country you fled from that's an absolute crap hole. This is going to backfire on them majorly. You just wait and see. It's just, again, they should be encouraging people. If you came here And you want a better life? Speak the language. Speak English. I think more and more people are getting sick and tired of that. Now, check this out. The Minneapolis police chief demanding Somalian residents call 911 on ICE. And it says if they start arresting these people and accuse them of kidnapping, we will immediately respond to it.
This state by someone who is purporting to be law enforcement. So please, let's be clear that folks that are masked, that they're not sure if they're law enforcement, that they may be kidnapping people. Like we have had those reports. I want to be clear to the community. The community should know that if you see something like that, that is legitimate, that you don't know if someone is law enforcement, you should call 911.
Now, this is a game they're playing. We show you videos all the day of immigration and everything. They have their badges on. They have police on the back. It's not like they're hiding in black bloc like this guy's trying to say. This is more gaslighting, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
And you should provide as much information as possible, because let's not forget, we very recently had tragedy in this state by someone who is purporting to be law enforcement. So please, let's be clear. That's something everyone should report and that we will immediately respond to, and we will document, whether it's somebody's not sure if there's a kidnapping happening, somebody's not sure if that there's law enforcement present or not. And that's something else that's additional policy requirements that we are implementing, that we will document and report these types of things anytime that we hear it, and reminding our officers of their duty to intervene. So if there is anything that is, a violation of someone's human rights or civil rights, excessive force or anything like that, they absolutely have a duty to intervene as police officers.
Unless he says they have a duty to intervene, but when the assaults are going, when people, civil right, you have a right to travel. You don't have a right to block federal law enforcement. Are you going to arrest the cockroach trash that's out there in the streets trying to obstruct these officers? This is going to get really interesting. It's going to get really interesting over there. And good on Trump. Good on Trump and immigration. Listen to this. This is a handyman from Minneapolis who says over the past few years, he's seen the Somali population become the majority in the area. And then he adds, when he works on Section 8 homes, he notices that roughly 9 out of 10 residents he encounters are now Somali. And many of them are driving brand new cars. This isn't me.
It's usually a Somali. I'm from Minneapolis, and Somalians are just part of the culture here. As far back as I can remember, I've always seen Somalians. And in these past 5 years, the population increased so much. It went from seeing them to them feeling like the majority a lot of places that I go. And also over the past few years, I've noticed that I see a lot of them with new cars. So I'm a handyman, and I worked on a lot of Section 8 housing to make sure they're up to standard. And one thing I've noticed when I go see Section 8 houses, one, it's usually a Somali family. And what I mean, usually it's 9 times out of 10. And those houses usually have new cars in the front. I mean, cars with an S, multiple new cars. And what I mean usually is like 8 out of 10 Somali houses, I've seen that. And I always wondered how someone on Section 8 can afford multiple new cars. I just couldn't put it together. So now finding out about this fraud stuff makes so much sense. And you know who I feel bad for, other than me for paying for that shit with my taxes, is Somalians who came here on the up and up and who didn't break the law.
Exactly.
Because as a black man, I know how it feels to be judged because someone else with your same skin color did some stupid shit that you wouldn't approve of. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but one thing I do know is I've been saying for years we need to kick Tim Walsh out because he knew about this shit from the beginning.
People are speaking up. People are standing up. Speaking of Tim Walsh, you guys know that he made that comment that they're not awesome, that they're trying to paint it with a broad brush. And he's kind of walking back his stuff. He's been caught. There's been a lot of documents came out that he knew a lot about the fraud with the autism clinics and a lot of other money that has now being investigated, that it went to foreign terrorist organizations, your American tax dollar. And listen to what he said. Listen to this. Watch this.
There was a post out this morning from the Treasury Secretary about
This is because the Treasury Secretary is now opening, was it the Treasury? Yes. Treasury is now opening an investigation into this. And listen how his tunes change. Hold on.
Secretary about dollars being investigated and possibly going to a terrorist organization. Can you respond?
Yeah. Well, we welcome any help on this, but I think everybody in this room is smart enough to understand when the President of the United States sets up and tweets 150 times after midnight and targets certain people, it's not a coincidence that they're targeting Minnesota. We certainly welcome those investigations. They've been done by all of you and they've been done here. We certainly want to know that, but it's also the Transportation Secretary who is threatening to withhold our federal dollars. Look, that's who they are. This is who they are. We welcome anybody who wants to help us. We're fixing it. And I said, Minnesotans know us and our team. We led us through COVID. We led us through George Floyd. We brought our economy.
Speaking of leading them through COVID, he had the National Guard on the streets making sure people weren't outside their home, if you guys don't remember that.
To one of the best in the country, and we'll tackle this. Other governors have dealt with fraud. I want to make sure I'm the last one that has to deal with it by putting these things in. If they want to help us, I welcome that. I think they do an investigation, find out, but I don't think anybody in here really believes their motive and their timing is about actually doing something about this, much like the legislature. They had every opportunity to do investigations. They had every opportunity to do their oversight. They chose not to. The very legislatures that are required to do an audit have not done their own audit. The very legislator that has Republican legislators accusing other Republican legislators of fraud in the PPP program, the federal program. So again, my message is simple on this. You commit fraud in Minnesota, you're going to prison. I don't care what color you are, what religion you are. Anybody who wants to help us in that, we welcome that. But sitting on the sidelines and throwing out accusations, and let's be very clear, demonizing an entire population and lying to people about the safety and security of this state is beneath that. And I will just add, as a teacher and as a parent, the absolutely pathetic usage of a slur, not to me, I don't care what he calls me many things, but don't think that doesn't hurt our children. Don't think it doesn't hurt people who are dealing with this.
Yesterday I had a video. He's talking about being called a retard. Let me see if I can find it. I probably can't, but I want to pull this up. Hold on. Let me see if it pulls up. I had it all ready for yesterday. It was all the videos lined up where he called for Trump's death and he was looking at his phone and we got that alert and we were all hoping the same thing, meaning it was Trump that had died. I mean, this guy is laughable. Let me see. Let me see if I pull it up doing it this way. Surprised that one isn't no, it's not gonna. Oh, wait. Right when I say no, take a listen. The hypocrisy is real.
Type of hateful behavior and this type of language. Well, maybe, but look, this is what Donald Trump has done. He's normalized this type of hateful behavior and this type of language. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. And when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the shit out of him back. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk. Although I will say this, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying.
That was when Trump didn't do a press conference for 3 days and everybody said, oh, he's dead. They're covering up for him. Yeah, spare me. Literally. You're a joke. This is someone says that federal agents are already going throughout Minneapolis, targeting some folks.
They're supervisors. They said they take interview. I don't know why. I'm a citizen of this country, and they take me off and they hold me. They detain me here. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. These guys are so stupid. I don't know what they're talking. They check what they want to see. My passport. I give my ID. I give my passport ID. Everything. They didn't want to listen to me. Just they want to talk to their supervisors. And they said they take interview. I don't know why they take interview here. They asking me, have you been interviewed or what? I said, no, I haven't been interviewed. They said they're gonna take interview and soon as you come, they said it's gonna be hot, so they just run off. They took it off. Because of you guys, they just they didn't want you to.
So I have no problem with ICE going up to anybody, whatever person. They can come up to me and ask me questions. They have the legal right to. And that's the only
to involve with it. Right.
It's the only way we're gonna get any of this stuff done. How about this? The FBI is something a little different. The FBI is offering a reward for up to $50,000 for information leading to the arrest and/or conviction of Nazir Hamid. He is wanted by local law enforcement authorities in New Jersey for his alleged involvement in the murder of Sakala Nara and her 6-year-old son, Anish Nara, inside an apartment in Maple Shade, New Jersey, on the evening of March 23rd, 2017. So folks are looking for this. Maybe they'll find him throughout the ICE raids. How about this? Want affordable housing? This was shared by DHS. Want affordable housing? Help report illegal aliens in your area. Call 866-DHS-2ICE. They shared this, and we'll show you some of this. We told you a lot of the problems we deal with, even inflation. This illegal invasion is inflationary. It has to do with a housing shortage. It has to do with a lot of things that Democrats seem to complain about or try to blame Trump for. Take a look at this. It says housing market map shows steepest price drops across U.S. Rental markets start to see effect of Trump's immigration crackdown. How Trump is providing an unexpected boost to the housing market. This is Politico, Breitbart, analysis. Mass immigration pushes U.S. housing market to breaking point. So now that we are seeing some deportations, 2 million this year, we are seeing some freed up housing, which is lowering the cost of housing. That's how you lower housing, is people that are in the country illegally, when you send them back home to the country they're from, that frees up housing. And Homeland Security posted that today. Check this out. This was also from the cabinet meeting. This is Secretary Scott Turner. Also says something very similar, because his part of his thing is to bring housing back to where it was under Trump's first term, because it skyrocketed under Biden.
But we are giving the people that live in public housing the assurance that they will be safe. And we also announced a new crime hotline, sir, that people that live in public housing, if they see criminal activity, if they see illegals living there, if they see drug trafficking, if you see it, if you hear it, report it. Don't be afraid. And so work with our Office of Inspector General. We've set up this crime hotline, and also working with Chrissy and Department of Homeland Security, making sure that everyone that lives inside of public housing is accounted for and that they are American people. And so I say that and I emphasize that to know that we prioritize American people and American people only.
So racist, so racist. That's what Democrats are saying. You can't make this up. Also, check this out. Man arrested for carrying out a terrorist attack after throwing a Molotov cocktails at federal immigration building in L.A. Jose Joval, the suspect, allegedly admitted this was a terrorist attack, claim ICE was separating families, and brag that I attacked your bitch ass. Not my words. You can throw it in the cuss jar, but speaking of that, I just wanted to say I gotta show you this really quick. Michael, thank you, Michael, for a Venmo donation. Michael donated $20 on Venmo. Thank you, Michael. And again, thank you to all that are giving on this Giving Tuesday. If you got $6.3 billion, that'll help too. I wish Dell would kick down. Oh man, we would be everywhere. But nah, just joking. We appreciate what we get, but that would be crazy. But thank you to everybody who has donated on Giving Tuesday. It is the first of the month, and your contributions go so far and help so much for us to get everything paid for and taken care of. We want to say thank you, and we appreciate you. So thank you for everybody. Today you had Krista, Haha, Karen. They donated on Giving Tuesday. And, of course, Michael. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We need it more now at the beginning of the month. And we appreciate you. So check this out. This is the Homeland Security report right here for that terrorist. It says a man with extensive criminal record was arrested Monday after throwing multiple Molotov cocktails at a U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services office building in Los Angeles, while shouting at anti-U.S. immigrations and customs enforcement sentiments. On Monday, the 54-year-old suspect arrived at the Los Angeles Federal Building armed with multiple Molotov cocktails. A contract protective security officer heard the man yelling anti-ICE comments at the officers on the sidewalk off property. He proceeded to throw 2 Molotov cocktails at officers guarding the building. They're not even doing it inconspicuous anymore. This is because of the propaganda, the lies that are being fed by mainstream media. That's what this is. They've justified the violence. They've justified these people as being Nazis, separating families. They're not separating families. There is some people that, guess what? They were anchor babies. So they're unfortunately American citizens. That will be changed soon. That's not what that amendment was meant for. It was talking about slaves and children of slaves, to give them citizenship, not for people to come in the country, have babies, and consider them citizens. So what you do is you have a child that's 18, you've been here for 25 years, you have a criminal record, you've got DUIs, you got busted with drugs, now they come to deport you. You have an opportunity to have your daughter or son go with you. But if they want to stay here in America, instead of the shithole you fled from, that's not them separating families. That's you separating families. There's all kind of lies going on mainstream media that, oh my God, remember they said they left a 12-year-old in the backseat of a car. Then when we seen the video, what happened? The dude fled from ICE, left his own child in the backseat of the car. But when news got word of that, they said, oh, ICE left the child in the backseat of the car. What ICE did in immigration custom is they went and protected the girl and made sure she was okay. She didn't know why dad was running. Crazy, but they're willing to go out and throw Molotov cocktails at federal facilities. Listen to this. No, I can't believe anybody could be an ex-MSNBC host. Like, it's amazing. You got to be pretty stupid to get fired from MSNBC. But take a listen to this. This is telling people, and there's a lot. If you see the ICE officers, they act like they're all white people, just like Border Patrol. When we were doing Border Patrol, most were Hispanic, standing up for their country. But listen to what she says about people accepting these ICE jobs.
Something else you said you'd had it with are minorities in ICE.
I mean, that connects to this, right?
Yeah.
It's like, not only do you have no moral compass, and how many times have you seen these guys? They've got their masks on, so you can't see their whole face. But what you can see, it's like a brown skin tone and a dude who looks like his last name is probably like Lopez or Hernandez or something. It's like, what is wrong with you? Not only do you not have morality, apparently you don't have self-preservation. I mean, this is These people hate you. They hate you. They hate your family. They hate your kids. They hate your future grandkids. They don't think you belong here. You're not a quote unquote heritage American. You're never going to belong. And you're the one implementing the violent force against your own community. I just can't wrap my head around that.
How much you want to bet? Now she's talking about ICE and she's talking about us, people that want legal citizens to be here. We want to deport the illegals. How much you want to bet I got a much more diverse friend set than she does? I guarantee she's the white privilege queen. It's kind of funny because and most of my friends, 90% all agree that, hey, this immigration thing's out of control. We need mass deportations. And she's telling anybody, it's sad to see the ICE agents and you look and most of the mask is covering their face, but you see that brown skin. These people are just horrible. And no, we don't hate anybody. We hate what's happening to this country. We hate the fact that we don't have housing because of the 20 million illegals that came in under Joe Biden. We hate the fact that people are flying foreign flags here and promoting the country that they fled. It's claiming that it's so much better, but refusing to go home. How about this? Speaking of ICE, Kristi Noem today at the cabinet meeting. Let's see what she said.
And Pam, make sure she's fighting for us in court so that we can get up every day and be bold. We're going to hire our 10,000th ICE officer will be on the job within 10 days.
Our 10,000th ICE officer will be on the job within 10 days.
So we have hired 10,000. We've had hundreds of thousands of applications. We've got within the department, TSA went through this government shutdown without any delays. They all showed up for their shifts and worked hard doing security. And they have been absolutely fantastic. Sir, you made it through hurricane season.
10,000 in 10 days. The 10,000 just insane. That comes right after. And again, the Democrats wanted them to hire all white people to make them look bad, but they're blacks, Hispanic, Asians, Somalis that are American citizens working for ICE. How about this? We've been talking about this. They want Pete Hegseth court-martialed. He's a bad guy because we're taking out these narco terrorists. Just listen to this. I thought this was great. This is saying that the people smuggling the drugs aren't necessarily bad people. Take a listen.
One of the factors that drives youth in the United States is demand. And most narco traffickers are not in those boats. They pay people to do that. And usually people who are not significantly involved with narco trading, it's the way they make money.
So the people that have $7 million worth of fentanyl on their boat, that they're not into the smuggling. We shouldn't take them out. Well, guess what? We are. And when you lose $7 million worth of fentanyl or other drugs that you're trafficking, and then, next day, 7 million more, and then, there's 5 million. It tends to hurt the drug cartels and the narco terrorists. So welcome home. Welcome to reality. How about this one? They're talking about this strike that we did, and I love this guy. Congressman Carlos Jimenez nuked Wolf Blitzer live on CNN about the Venezuelan strikes. Listen, Wolf Blitzer has no response to this because they're all mad. Nobody was upset. Nobody was raising a flag in the Democrat Party when the Obama administration was launching drone strikes against terrorist organizations in the Middle East. When a drone took out an American citizen, nothing, right? Listen to this. He calls him out on it. This is epic.
I'm confident that the admiral thought he was carrying out his mission,
but why is
which
it
is
questionable? Why is it questionable to kill
individuals who are survivors. These are terrorists. Okay, these are absolute terrorists. But they're wounded. I didn't see this kind of scrutiny when the Obama administration was launching drone strikes against terrorist organizations in the Middle East. I mean, that happened all the time. Okay, and so I didn't see this kind of scrutiny about the survivors, et cetera. These are terrorists. They're bringing poison into the United States. They have killed hundreds of thousands of Americans. And we need to understand that. Killed far more Americans than Al Qaeda or so let me Osama just be bin precise Laden with you, ever did. Congressman.
I didn't see this kind of scrutiny when we were using drones to blow up terrorists. Wasn't a big deal to Democrats then, but they're looking and they're picking fights. That's what they're doing. How about this? Listen,
Legal orders. You know why?
I guess Jay Lynn's in
I can't
here, so we got it. She requested this, guys.
speak to the law of it. I don't know, I'm not a geopolitical expert, but in terms of the law of it, you're right. That is why those Army vets explained, do not follow, you do not have.
Talking about the seditious six, Mark Kelly and the others asking for our military to disobey Trump's orders.
To follow illegal orders. You know why? Because if this is deemed to have been war crimes, which by all accounts right now, there are 7 sources that said Pete Hegseth did say kill them all, even after there were 2 survivors, which you're supposed to do under international law. You are supposed to take those fighters as war criminals, prisoners of war, and you're supposed to give them refuge and you're supposed to take care of them.
You're smuggling drugs into our country, killing hundreds of thousands a year, and we need to give them refuge and take care of them. You cannot make this. Oh, welcome to La La Land. Where are we at? 125. Let me check to see if anything's broken. Then we got a couple other videos to show you really quick, but there's probably a lot going on, so we might have some more for you here. This guy has been making his rounds. A lot of people are agreeing with this guy. And
Single solitary soul. People, guys, check this out. I'm going to come right out with it. Zero fucking immigration policy here in America moving forward. Zero. No legal immigrants, no illegal immigrants, no H-1Bs, no work visas. Not another single solitary soul comes across this border with the intent or capability of living here long term ever again. This is why I say that, because I know I got a gaggle of you motherfuckers already hitting my DMs telling me about what piece of shit I am and how I don't understand how America works. No, it's you motherfuckers that don't understand that you're being a detriment to this country and the future of its prosperity by willfully blinding yourself to the reality of what happens. So since you don't know what goes on, let me educate you. This is how it works. We'll take Mexicans here in this country because they're our biggest problem when it comes to immigration. Mexicans will be in Mexico, whole gaggle of them. They'll decide we're going to go through the fucking work. We're going to put in the paperwork. We're going to do the waiting. We're going to do the task list and the responsibility list of making ourselves a legal immigrant fucking in America. Then they'll get here. What happens when they get here? They go to a primarily Mexican town and they bolster the numbers of that town. And this happens over and over and over again until that town is now 100% Mexican and nobody can fuck with it. Now we have a 100% Mexican enclave carved out of an American community. That's bullshit. We can't have that shit because of what it leads to. What it leads to now is being their fortress, being their home base. Now everybody in that community calls their people in Mexico and says, all you got to do is get here. We got a home base. We'll protect you once you're here. And they do just that. They find ways to get here. They get here. They set up fucking camps in those communities. Then what happens? American law enforcement gets wind that there's a lot of illegal immigrants in that community. So they move in to get those illegal immigrants out. But they can't do anything because all the legal immigrants now are in the streets rioting. You really think it's the illegals rioting? No, it's the legal immigrants rioting because they know if they go to court, it'll all fall under their First or Fourth or Fifth or Sixth or Seventh Amendment, and they'll get to be let out right away. Go right back home and continue the same fucking effort. This is the problem. We can't get them out once they're here because of the legal immigrants that come here and set up the shop that makes that okay, makes that fucking possible, facilitates that. We can't have it. So if you really want this.
Sounds like Los Angeles, right? Sounds like many of the places, Chicago, with their home bases. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Let's see. Was this one today? No. Thought it was a new one from Eon Omar. It was back one. I knew it looked familiar. We played it like a year ago. Let's see what else has been popping off. Wow, the Hanover Park Police Department in Illinois just announced they've rehired an illegal alien that was arrested by ICE in October. Wasn't this the one where Ben went on the... I don't know if this was Ben's one where Ben did that, but take a look at this. It says, for immediate release for information, contact Deputy Chief Victor DeVito. Hanover Park police officer returns to work following October detention by United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It says Officer Bojovic was detained by U.S. Customs and Immigration Enforcement officers while off duty on October 15th. He was released on bond October 31st. Given that his bond was not contested and he remains authorized to work by the federal government, the Hanover Park Police Department have determined that he may return to work. See, there's so many loopholes, guys, that we need to fix. There it is. It says he remains authorized to work by the federal government. We need to take away all work authorizations. And I think it's coming in the next couple of weeks. I think that's what Trump was saying when he says everything Joe Biden signed is null and void. That's crazy. That's making a lot of rounds right now. Looks like, let's see. Really quick. I seen that Pissant posted.
Happy birthday, Matt. I'm going to miss you while I'm in prison. Happy birthday, Matt. I'm going to miss you while I'm in prison.
Matt's birthday. Happy birthday, Matt. Just in case you guys missed the beginning. Let's see. Check this out. We got video of old Uncle Bill getting the snow out of his driveway so he could take off. Now look at some of these videos. That's old Uncle Bill digging out so he can get his car out of the driveway. And then we got this too. Speaking of, was it Minneapolis? I think we got some from their DOT, some of the wrecks. Yeah, Minnesota Department of Transportation. Take a look at this. Got a lot of snow and it was cold and icy. Got a lot of traffic accidents. Bye-bye. Dancing. Doing the tango on the road. Looks like a Jeep. Oh. Even hit the car on the shoulder. That was all of that. Hey, that goes on for like 3.5 minutes. So prayers to all you guys that are a little under the weather of snow. I want to say thank you. Old Uncle Bill, big shout out to Old Uncle Bill. He also donated to us on Giving Tuesday. Thank you guys. We're trying to get the bills paid off in the next 3 days. Then we can play again for next month. Thank you so much, Old Uncle Bill, for the Zelle payment. And again, Michael Leader, Michael L., let's see, Karen, Krista, and Haha. Thank you guys for your donations on Giving Tuesday. It is Giving Tuesday. Give somewhere. If you decide to give to us, we appreciate it. You guys can give at our links: Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App $Oreo Army, givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And as always, if you do mobile or online banking, we have a Zelle link, purepatriot559@yahoo.com. You can send it there and it'll give us, it instantly gets here. Once again, we want to say thank you. And again, have a happy Giving Tuesday. And here comes our donation links. We will see you tomorrow. If we do something breaks and we do a live tonight, it'll be after church. So about 8:30 my time, guys. Take care and have a good evening. Thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing.
The Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. Let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.